Welcome back to the Kushtika channel, everyone. I got a fun one for you today. Today we're going to be working on my 1992 Chevy Silverado K1500 with a Chevy 350 in it. I'm going to be changing out that craptastical OEM Reman alternator with this nice brand new 140 amp Power Master. I cannot tell you how excited I am to install this. Last episode I installed the Power Master starter, and that's been working great. And the other thing that's always bugged me in the Chevy 350, besides that piece of crap starter, was the piece of crap alternator. They're both underwhelmingly underperforming. And so it's time to give them both a good old upgrade. We're going to have some better cold starts. We're going to get better charge. We're going to have brighter lights and everything. As it is with the OEM, whenever I turn on my lights or blinkers or anything, you can tell that the volts are dropping significantly below 14 volts. Which isn't good when you're not running anything. I don't have car stereo amps or anything. This is all just basic truck stuff that's on there. Shouldn't see any volt drops whatsoever. So on the old LV7 I put a 130 amp in there and it's been working great. It's actually charged the two truck batteries in there as well as the two camper batteries that are in this camper right here, and the 130 amp does absolutely amazing. This one's a 140 and I have very high expectations for it. All right, this should be a pretty straightforward procedure, guys. We got a 10 millimeter for one of the power lines, or one of the power Dealy Schnagens on the back here. This one's a different size than the one that's on there, but my OEM is 10 millimeter. We got a 15 millimeter, yep, 15 millimeter for the mounting bolts, and then got a 5/8 for the tensioner pulleys so I can loosen up the belt. So first thing we're going to do, because we're working on electronics, is we're going to disconnect that battery cable so that we don't shock ourselves or destroy anything. Better to be safe. Let's go ahead and do that. First things first, we'll disconnect the battery. Next step, we're going to take off our belt here. So we're going to need that 5/8 on our tensioner. That's in there. Okay. Going to need a breaker. Okay, 5/8 on our tensioner. Next, we got a clip here, and we got a power here. I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect the power with my 10 mil. Power's disconnected. That's unclipped. Next, we'll need our 15 mils for right here. Loosen these both up. This one's like 9/16 on the other side. So it looks like this one's a 15 mil. This one down here, though, a 9/16 is what I'm guessing. Close enough. 13 mil. So we got a 15 on one side and a 13 mil on the other. It's kind of tucked in there. I'm not sure if I can show you. Goes. Right, just wanted to show you a side-by-side comparison of the Power Master next to the OEM reman. As you see, the mounting brackets are in the same spot. Looks like the pulleys will sit at the same height. Oh yeah, that one feels a little bit more worn. This one came with a supplied 9/16. The only difference I can really tell is they used a different connection on the back here. So this one goes straight out, this one goes straight up, but otherwise everything looks the same. Let's go ahead and take this off. Yep, same amount of pins, so this should be a really straightforward procedure. I'll go ahead and start dropping it in and bolting it back up, and let's see what happens. So the new supplied power fits a 9/32 well enough. Go ahead, drop that clip in. All right, we got her all back in. Pretty straightforward procedure. A couple of bolts. That's about it. All right, let's go ahead and start it up, do the test, and see what happens. Alright, that's going to do it for the alternator install. Pretty happy I got that in there now. Looks nice, sounds nice. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it, but the bearings are starting to go out on this one. I think it still has some life left in it, so probably keep it around just in case. But that's going to do it for the alternator video. Pretty straightforward. That thing is it wasn't terribly expensive at all compared to an OEM, and I'm hoping it lasts a lot longer, and I'm hoping once I got all the grounds fixed that it will be nice and strong for me. and pretty excited to test on it a bit more. So hope this helped you out in some way. Hope you found it entertaining, and stay tuned, subscribe, because we're going to keep up working on this truck, and we're going to keep testing on all these new parts. Next episode, I'm going to install this AC compressor delete pulley, because it is time. That thing is pretty old and worn out. So I'll go ahead and put a link to the other Power Master video that I just recorded earlier today, actually. It's to the starter. Got a brand new starter in there. Now we got a brand new alternator. We're going to get that pulley delete in there next. And it's going to be a pretty good day. I think this truck will be running nice and smooth after this. So thanks for sticking around this long. I'll go ahead and put that link over here, and then I'll let YouTube choose a video from my selection that they think is best for you. Curious to see how that turns out. Thanks, guys.